We have to make something clear. These are just opinions, so don't take it personally. Just because we don't like it, you can still be happy. Enjoy what you like, you're an adult. Yeah. BWN Productions, mass plus props and costume work. If you want a monster name, contact BWN Productions. Fast custom shirts, hundreds of t-shirts, all at reasonable prices. If you need custom work, contact Fast Custom Shirts. Grab a cold one and get ready for the show. It's intended for mature audiences because we kid and joke. Boy God is here and so is Tom and Joe.
I was trying to hold back a cough, and then I forgot the mics were live. So if you heard, that was me. Like, oh shit, don't cough. But
Yeah, trying to hold in that smoke, I guess.
it's Vapors 2025. You see.
I got me a case of the vapors.
Oh mercy, Joe. 489 episodes. I think I finally figured out the thing that's gonna put us over the top with all these fucking movie nerds on the internet. They're gonna come swarming to us now, Joe. Want to see why?
Why is that? Star Wars.
I think that's gonna do it, Joe.
It will. It will. They do
This-
love their Star Wars.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there, Joe, Halloween has come and gone before you know it. Kwanzaa's gonna fucking be here. So fuck. How was your Halloween?
Well, unfortunately, I still have not finished the Happy Haunting of America documentary, which is pretty good. Thanks for that recommendation, Tom. But yeah, I've had a lot of goings on. Halloween was all right. We had a decent amount of trick-or-treaters. All but maybe one in just shitty store-bought costumes. But, you know, I get it. You know, there's not... Parents ain't got a lot of time, you know, holding down 3-4 jobs to feed a family and shit, you know, so they ain't got time to make a Halloween costume for their kids, you know, at least not in my neighborhood, you know. It's not a poor neighborhood, but it's not what you would call affluent, you know. But it was all right, you know. Had a good time, I guess.
That's good. So you were saying you were just gonna hang at your house by yourself. Is that what happened?
I did. Well, my neighbor, she came over and she gave out candy too. She usually didn't give candy in the past at her house, but her husband used to come and hang out with me, so she did it this year, and she brought her own candy bowl and shit, and so that was cool. And then the weekend was just spent, you know, I was tempted to go to the movies or do something like that, but no, I had wanted to do nothing, and then I had like a birthday gift to put together for Lisa, and that, you know, that was an opportune time to do it while she wasn't here and take down some, but not all, I do it slowly, of the Halloween decorations that are in the yard, Tom.
Yeah, this is the first time that I think we've ever decorated. We haven't been here the last 5 years for Halloween, maybe 6. So threw some shit up. We got a record number of trick-or-treaters. 4.
Awesome.
So yeah, I woke up bright and early, took all that shit the fuck down, put it away, and will never be seen again.
So 4 to commemorate the number of years you've been married, maybe?
That's correct, Joe.
How about that? Fuck yeah, that worked out perfect then. So next year you should get 5.
God willing, Joe.
Yeah.
God willing, there is a next year.
Well, who knows, you know? Who knows? I keep saying I'm going to break down and go to the doctor, but once I go to the doctor, I'm really going to break down.
Fuck.
But yeah, watch the movies. That's an opportune time to watch movies, is when nobody's here at the house, you know? Listen to some records. I did some shit on the computer. Remember I said, hey, I'm going to look at this AI course, you know? Oh, that shit's way above my head. You know, you need to have like a working language of computers. You know, you have to know some shit before you can jump into this and understand its workings anyway, which is what I wanted to do. Yeah, it's not something that's that I can do. You know, I know my limits, and you know, I'm not dumb, but fuck, that made me feel dumb.
Did the word prompt scare you?
Yeah, the word the. It had this big, you know, round circle in front of it, you know, and there was a bunch of them. Bullet points, I think they were called. It's weird, just a weird way to format something. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of good old AI, the program company, I don't know what to call it, but Udio.
Okay, I was going to ask if you used that one because I saw that in the news.
So yes, that's who I use to make all the songs in the intro to this. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe it doesn't go well and all our videos get copyright claim.
Yeah, by fucking Warner or somebody big, right?
I think it's UMG. I think that stands for Universal Music Group.
Yeah, Universal. That's right. I knew it was one of the big fucking companies, but yeah, this is gonna be it's gonna have major repercussions. It's a stone that they're throwing in the middle of that pond, and man, is it gonna ripple? Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either, Tom. Best of luck to you and your brethren.
I haven't used the shit in years. I mean, the only thing that would happen is like, well, the YouTube channel's gone, and that's another lame reason, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And then it's back to work. I have a new grandchild, so I'm gonna head out to Corpus on Sunday and be there for I guess through Wednesday. So we'll figure that out, what we're gonna do next week or whatever. But that can wait. We can talk about that later.
Right on. Congrats, I guess.
No, I didn't do anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, your daughter's vagina works, so
Yeah, it's extending the line, I guess. You know,
more people that'll take care of you when you're older.
I doubt it.
Fuck. Yeah, I won't be able to when they're 7, I guess.
All right. Yeah.
Fuck. Months old.
Shut that kid up. Trying to die over here.
But yeah, that's cool, man. I hope they all live long, happy, and healthy lives.
And prosper.
Yeah.
Oh, with that for the whole Star Trek thing with the shirt that you're wearing, you know, got to cover both angles. You know.
Fuck yeah, I can do this too. But we'll get to hungry alligators later. Sorry about that, dog. In advance. Well, Joe, we have a lot of fun on this show, but sometimes we got to get down and talk about serious business, okay? So I want to talk about a little movie I saw called The Scrotum. Have you heard of it?
No, but that is definitely a movie you would hear about and seek out, Tom. That just screams like, "Oh, I gotta watch this one. I'll drive to the Texas theater to watch it." Uh,
So I was scrolling the old Facebook and seen somebody post a poster or an image or something for a movie called The Scrotum. They said, I didn't fucking watch it. Somebody sent me this, but yeah, this movie exists. And I'm just like, oh, well, I'm going to have to watch it now. And I did, Joe. Would it shock you that this is a backyard movie?
not
Probably made in a couple days.
not at all.
So, dude and his chick go for a romantic weekend alone, camping in the woods, tent style. And she's about to blow him. He's like, oh, you got all this pubic hair. It's getting in my mouth and stuff. I don't want to kiss a puppy's belly. I want to blow you. So how about you go and shave your old bean bag, and then I'll get back to putting that shit in my mouth and what have you. So he goes and jumps in a lake and starts trimming his fucking meat and shit up. But unbeknownst to him, Joe, some people who work at a chemical company dumped radioactive material in said lake.
Hmm.
So he's using this contaminated water to clean the shaving cream or what have you from his Johnson, and he happens to nick his bag. He hears his girl scream, runs back there, says, hey, what's going? Oh, my tum hurts. And he doubles over in pain and then tears his dick and balls clean off his body because that'll stop making your stomach hurt.
It might.
And after that, it's this guy's testicles going around killing people in the woods, very low budget style. So, is this movie about a killer nutsack? Not really. It's more about the fucking, testicles going around killing people, and let's call them sperm cords, those strings connected to your balls. Those go around and like choke people and shit. There's like a big sheet of latex, I guess. It doesn't have wrinkles on it or anything. It's just like a bloody sheet of latex that goes around people. It's kind of tame for a movie called The Scrotum about killer balls, but it's there if you want to see it. It definitely didn't take advantage of a title like that and having it be about, like, I don't know if it would just be like a nut sack on a piece of monofilament going, "Ooh, I'm gonna get you." It might have been better because at least it would have been a nut sack.
Well, I'd say that the movie title has like taken the place of the gimmick of the movie poster of what that used to be, and then the movie trailer, where you're gonna like lure people in with some bullshit. uh the movies that are doing this kind of shit, they ain't got enough to put a trailer out. There's not enough good shit in the movie to make a whole trailer. So yeah, let's just name the movie something crazy. They'll want to watch it, and you did.
And I did, Joe. And they have a sequel.
Of course they do.
Will I watch that one?
Yes.
I'm not going to seek it out, but if it crosses my path, maybe.
Yeah, if there's a vinegar syndrome, whatever.
No, this would definitely. Oh, and Wild Eye's a partner now, so we'll see.
Huh.
We'll see. But yeah, didn't live up to the title, so it's about balls.
Well, you know who doesn't have balls, Tom?
I was going to say ladies, but it is 2025, and that would be highly offensive of me.
And that's why I'm not going to say that, even though I was going to say something along those lines. I'm going to say this movie that I watched, this 2025 movie, I think, is called Matriarch. Yep, this is maybe it's not 2025. I don't fucking know, but this is about a lady that she's just so into her work, Tom. She's so into work. She doesn't like to go anywhere or do anything. Yeah, every once in a while she calls a girlfriend over and they do some making out and they do some drinking and they do cocaine. This lady just likes to do some cocaine, man, because it's 2025 and that shit is back, baby. Everybody I know is doing it. uh well, one day, Tom, she does a little too much of that shit. And yes, you can overdose on cocaine. And she does. And fuck, it looks like she's dead. But then this black chemical, this like goo or something, starts flowing into the room where she's at. And it flows into her mouth and nose. And then she's awake again. Did she die? What the fuck is that? What am I watching here? Anyway, she's freaking out. She goes back to work. Somebody it's like, hey, your mother's on line one. My mother? What the fuck? Just, tell her I don't work here anymore. Then one of her bosses comes in, is talking to her, and, she gets in an argument with the boss and then quits. Fuck all this, She goes outside, she's seeing strange things. Finally, all right, I'm going to call Mama and see what's going on. So she left home when she was, as soon as she was old enough to leave, I guess, because it was a psychologically abusive place to be. Her mom was always fucking getting on her on this, that. Well, her mom says, hey, just come back home. Just come back home. It's like, well, breaks down, say, all right, Mama, I will go back home. And home, I don't know if this movie's in England, merry old England, or shitty old Ireland, or sucky old Scotland, but it's in one of those UK places. And she goes, and it's, like a little village, and she's freaking out, because, like, man, not a lot here has changed, which nothing unusual there. I'm from a small town, and one thing they hate in small town is change, She gets there to her mama's house, and mama looks just like she looked when she hasn't aged a bit. She goes in, mom's trying to, like, hey, welcome, blah blah blah, and this chick's just being a bitch. And that's the thing, from the moment she appeared, you don't really like her. And she's I don't know, freaking out, just wants to sneak some drinks in here and there. And something's weird about this whole fucking place, this little town, Tom. And it turns out Mama wants her there for a reason.
Sex.
No, see, is it sex? No, it's not sex. Mama is not just Mama to her, she's pretty much Mama to the town. You see, she provides them with nourishment from her breasts, and the town can survive. They can, I don't know, whatever. She's connected to some evil force that she had summoned a long time ago, Tom. And that force, because Mama's slowly dying, she's starting to lose her youth and vitality. So Mama wants to sacrifice her to this spirit that she'd summoned. And it's like a giant, like, I don't know, 6-titted woman, that's a forest spirit or some shit. And I don't know, she fucks it all up somehow, and things don't go as planned. And the girl, does she get away? I don't even remember, because it's pretty good. That's what I'll say. It's pretty good, but the problem is you don't like the main character, and you don't give a shit if she's gonna die or not. Say, who cares? It's just, chick's a bitch. Fuck her. Tough shit if something bad happens to her. And because of that, it's not an effective horror movie. You gotta kind of like your protagonist and worry about them and want them to escape. And I didn't care about this girl. That's just tough shit. You and your mom, this whole fucking little town can all go to Hades or wherever, and they do, Tom. They do. Things don't work out for anybody at the end of this one, but I liked it. But I like these kind of movies. But if I'm honest with myself and with you, our viewers, our good 3 viewers, it's just okay. It's just an okay movie.
Let me ask you this there, Yosef.
Mm-hmm.
Who had the better 6 titties, this bitch or the one from VHS Halloween?
I would say this one has some CGI shit flowing around it, and it doesn't look good. It looks like CGI, but it kind of worked for what they were doing. And they don't show this spirit very, it's very glimpse type thing. And I guess they did the same thing in that VHS Halloween movie, but I just didn't like that one. So I didn't really care about that story. So even having that I don't know, mother character, that mama, their own mama, yeah, I didn't give a shit. So I don't know. I guess if an outside observer, if you were to hold up 2 pictures of them, they'd say, who cares about either one of these? They're dumb. And I would say, all right, that's fair. That's fair.
Guess you're just not a true horror fan.
We'll get to that.
Fuck. Well, Joe, I myself watched a 2025 movie in the US, came out in old Japan about 3 years ago or so, but it's finally here in the US. Yoshiro, no, some shit, I forget it now. But the guy who made Tokyo Gore Police, he's back, Joe. Can you believe it? We just talked about that fucking movie, and now he has a new one called Holy Mother. Holy shit, I watched it. And now I'm here with you to talk about it, Joe.
Should have named it Holy Diver.
Damn. I'd watch it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the sequel to that Michael Jai White movie. Anyways, oh, Holy Mother. What's this one about? Oh, well, a giant lady boy comes out of a portal to help a Yakuza outcast defend his city from an evil corporation. And they're just like, oh, all these fucking people, look at them. I can't say what they say because it's highly offensive, Joe. You wouldn't think that this movie came out in the last couple years or this year in America, but they're Japanese. They don't give a fuck about being politically correct.
Don't.
It was fucking wild, some of the shit I was reading on screen, Joe, because it's subtitled, you see. Anyways, this town is full of people with disabilities who just got spit up and chewed out, or chewed up and spit out. That's the way they were, Joe. They were chewed up and spit out by the world. So, they're just protecting the downtrodden, I guess. And it turns out that this lady, well, she has Jesus-like powers, Joe, and she can heal people. Can you believe that shit? And when it all comes down to it, it's just more of the same shit that you've seen before. All the goofy shit that this guy's done before, it's in it. Even those leg monsters that were in Tokyo Gore Police, I think they were like alligators or something. Well, they're back, you fuck. But this time they got fur on them and little noses to look like wolves. The only thing this movie doesn't have that the other movies have is nudity. But all things considered, I don't think you're missing much with that being left out of this one there, Joe. If you like the guy's shit, if you like Tokyo Gore Police, if you like Mutant Girl Squad or whatever other shit, Hell Driver, it's more the same. I had a couple laughs, but again, it's more the same. There's wild and ridiculous shit in it for sure, but it's nothing new. It's a trans person now. Isn't that fucking edgy and shit? Not really. It's 2025, not really. I think we're supposed to give you an award or something because you did that shit. I don't know. It's fun. And I laugh. The ending gets a little muddy and convoluted. It's like, all right, just stick to something. But it's just more of the fucking same. Giant woman though.
Giant.
Yeah.
Like 50 foot. Tom, I watched a 2025 feature film called Companion. I think there's been like 4 or 5 movies this year and last year that came out that have the same plot, but I haven't seen any of those. I did see this one. Companion is about a chick that's going with her boyfriend to meet some friends and stay at this, I don't know, rich house out in the woods or whatever. House is owned by a guy that maybe he's part of the Russian mob or whatever. Anyway, he's a prick, treats his girlfriend like shit. You got a gay couple there too, and they're all hanging out or whatever. And then the next day, the Russian guy, he's out there sunbathing, and that's where the girl was going to go sunbathe. And he starts hitting on her, and all of a sudden she just fucking kills him with a knife, stabs him in the neck, and he's dead. They come back, and she's like explaining everything, and the boyfriend, just like stops her programming, Tom, because she's a fuckbot. That's right. She'd say, hey, those aren't my words. Those are the words of the movie. That's how they describe her, and yeah, they're free. Well, what are we gonna do? We're just gonna have to call and have them take you in or whatever. And yeah, you killed this guy. What's wrong with you? And they tie her up to wait for the authorities to come, but she's like freaking out that she's a robot. She didn't know that, and she gets her controls. She breaks out of the chair, gets her controls, and gives herself some autonomy, Tom, some self-preservation. She can do whatever she wants now. And now it's a whole cat and mouse. They're trying to get her because it turns out that they set it all up to where she would kill the guy so they could take his money or some shit. And turns out the gay guy's boyfriend, he's a robot too, and then it's a battle of the robots, and it's a battle of wills, and it's like men are horrible, just horrible creatures, and some people die here and there, and this is real basic story, but it's okay, it's entertaining, it's definitely, well, it's not gonna make my list. I've seen some lists that's already on, the best horror movies of the year so far. This isn't a horror movie. This is like, it's a science fiction thing. Maybe you could call it a thriller, but it's definitely not horror. And yeah, it's all right. It's got some funny moments, but yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know to recommend it to people. You know, when I put my review on there, people were saying, "Oh, I loved this movie. I loved this movie." Yeah, okay, maybe because it is very basic, you know, and it's a popcorn movie for sure. Popcorn, yeah, yeah, popcorn.
So it sounds like this movie set out to answer the age old question, but they tried to do it in a, a least offensive way by making them robots. So, Joe, who would win in a fight between a gay guy and a woman?
The gay guy.
Because he's a man.
Yeah, he's a man bot.
Damn.
Yeah.
Man bot.
Man bot. Man Borg. Whatever. I think there was a movie called that. Well, I haven't watched that one either. Uh, I don't know. For a movie about a fuck bot, you know, there's no nudity in it. You know, there's no passion. It's just a thriller. You know, like I said, fun, dumb, fun.
Yeah, I'm getting sick of seeing that Jack Quaid dude, so I skipped that one.
Well, I'd never. Well, I think I did see something else with him in it, but this is the first time that I realized, hey, this guy looks like uh, Dennis Quaid. I was kept on wanting to say Randy Quaid, but no, like Randy Quaid. Uh, yeah.
Can't win them all.
No.
Oh, fucking hell. Let me look at the old list. I don't think I'm drunk enough to talk about this bullshit yet. Remember the time I watched that movie Scrotum? What a dick. So, Joe, I watched the hit motion picture Psycho Sisters. Oh, I'm psycho. I don't even have that color hair in the movie. Have you heard of this, Joe?
No, but it looks like it's gonna be like a movie with a lot of nudity and some not sister sex.
Well, from what I remember, not as much nudity as you would expect, but enough, I would say. But Joe, if you want nudity, I got you. Just give me a review or two, and I got you. But Psycho Sisters, this one's about three sisters. But Thomas, there was only two on the cover. That's right, Thomas. And I'm going to tell you why right now.
Hmm.
So, at the beginning of this movie, three sisters are sitting on a couch until men break in.
Oh,
The youngest one gets killed and raped. So, after the trauma of witnessing this, they get locked up in the loony bin. And then they get let out, and one of the sisters, ooh, she's really lesboed up. And the little sister even asks her, hey, are you a gay? She's just like, no, I just hate men's, and I want to kill all men's. And then the littler sister's like, well, all right, I guess. So they just go chopping the cocks off and just killing every guy they come across because fuck you. But Joe, I keep saying the littler sister. I guess I can say younger sister because I'm not a fucking Russian. But the younger sister falls in love with a man's.
what?
Yeah.
Oh,
The older sister ain't having it, Joe.
for sure.
Find what?
Nor should she.
Fucking bitch, find out what happens in Psycho Sisters. This is like your classic, typical, so bad it's good movie. It's got all the standard stuff you'd want out of this kind of movie. But like this kind of movie, there's equal parts boring for whatever good stuff there is in there. Like one character shows up ready to fuck and kill, and they get turned into just like a pile of slop, and they're wearing their sex, like the sex costumes formed in the slop and shit. So like stuff like that's just kind of funny. And the dead sister shows up as like a zombie ghost sometime and does shit like that. But then there's stretches of, oh fuck, I'm what's my phone? Anything going on my phone? Or so it's worth checking out if you like so bad they're good movies. There's definitely stuff worth watching. But like most of them, you're gonna sit through a bunch of fucking boring ass shit. You got nudity, you got gore, you got the kills, you got funny lines, you see a boom mic. It's I would recommend it even with the boring parts. It's worth checking out. I might go back and watch it again sometime down the line. This isn't one I'm tossing in the for sale bin right now, but it's a solid little shot on video thing that gave me some laughs, especially that just pile of slop wearing like the fucking leather slingshot bikini or whatever it is. That was funny as shit. But I guess this was a remake of a movie this guy made 4 years prior.
Hmm.
I got through maybe 20, 30 minutes, turned that shit off. The quality was so low, and it was just like a kink movie, I guess you can call it. Just people who want to see like girls in their underwear, like beating up tied up guys or some fucking shit. Like Psycho Sisters, this one, this is more or less like an actual movie. The other one is just like some kind of, hey, I'm going to send you $200 and you make this movie and you just send me a copy so I can pull prick to it.
Movies on demand. Customs.
Yep. And it was, Joe, because I guess that was made by those Wave Entertainment people or whatever that was. And I watched their documentary a few years back. And yeah, that's what it was. Hey, send me some fucking money and I'll make this movie that you can fucking pull your wiener to. So Terror Vision release, it's solid. I didn't give a fuck enough about the movie to watch any special features besides the original, which is on here, but you can pause that or just look it up yourself. This one was all right. Skip the fucking other one. Or if you're not into complete bullshit, skip this too.
Hey, remember when we sat and watched all the Nemesis movies? Albert Pyun.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I do.
Well, in between making those movies, Albert Pyun made a movie called Omega Doom, starring Rutger Hauer. This very much could have been one of the Nemesis movies, you know, like Nemesis Interlude. It starts out with a scene like a, I don't know, prelude scene. You know, it has a two guys struggling, you know, and we got just a voiceover telling us, you know, during the final years of the robots human war, you know, just telling us, you know, like shit's going bad, you know, and there's some random fucking gunfire going around. There's some guy taking aim at this robot that's fighting. and it shoots this robot in the head. But, you can't kill a robot, Tom. What this did was fuck up with his programming. And now he doesn't hate humans, you see. But anyway, let's fast forward, because then it comes on Nemesis, or not Nemesis, because that would have just made sense. Omega Doom. This is years later. The war is over, Tom, and it's rumored that there's still some humans alive, and they're coming for all the robots. Well, old Rutger Hauer walks into town. He's wearing like a Russian coat and stupid hat, and there's some robots in this town, and they're all like kicking this head around, this robot head, and the head's just like, "Hey, quit kicking me," blah blah blah.
They said it like a robot, right?
Well, that's one thing I'll tell you. This movie has some consistency, because every time somebody moves, you have this sound, So even when they turn their head throughout the fucking movie, they paid close attention to this. It becomes white noise after a while. It's so fucking stupid. Anyway,
I'm just imagining it like just the same exact one, no changes in any servo noises, just
right.
the same MP3 file over and over.
Right, this other robot doesn't have like like a click, like his arm is fucked up or something. Nah, same shit. So this town, Tom, there's two factions of robots in this town. They got the fucking droids and the ROMs or something over here. And the thing is that they've both heard that there's this cache of weapons hidden somewhere around the town, and they both want it. Well, old Rutger Hauer, Tom.
I gotta stop you there. I'm not gonna let you get away with this, you fucking nerd. Or ROMs, like the average person knows what the fuck that is. You dork. Continue.
That is what they call them in the movie.
Do they really? This guy's a fucking dork too.
Well, old Rutger Hauer is telling one side, "Hey, I can get these weapons for you." Then he goes to the other side, "Hey, I can get these weapons for you." He's playing them one against the other, Tom. And in the end, he's going to come out victorious. Yeah, this is the story. Yojimbo did it. Well, actually, it was a story called Red Harvest. That was a book. So the first movie was Yojimbo, where old fucking Toshiro Mifune does that, goes into a town, two samurai factions. But fuck that. Then the Italians did it. Old Clint Eastwood walks into town, and he's got a fistful of dollars. And
they don't have a name.
And I think fucking Bruce Willis did it in Last Man Standing. And there's at least 3 or 4 others. But this is definitely the worst of all those interpretations. And yeah, it is just as boring as the Nemesis movies. In fact, some of the Nemesis movies, maybe the first one is better than this. Rutger Hauer doesn't do shit. Shannon Worry, who was in all those Cinemax After Dark movies, she doesn't do shit. She certainly doesn't take her clothes off. Yeah, there's nothing going on. There's a few action scenes that you can't see what the fuck is going on. It's just lame. It is lame Albert Pion bullshit. And I'm thinking, hey, at least the cast and crew got to go to Prague or whatever shithole that they filmed this in. Fucking sucks, dude. This is bad. Even if you're like a big Rutger Hauer fan, there's no way you can tell me that this is good. You can't honestly tell me, and I watch a lot of garbage and I like garbage, but you got to have your limits, man. And this is a limit testing movie.
Well, Joe, I am a big Rutger Hauer fan, and I'm here to tell you I thought Omega Doom was pretty good.
Oh, yeah. You're thinking of Omega Red, Tom. The Wolverine villain from Russia.
Yeah, I am. The guy with the carbamanium or carbonium, whatever the fuck.
Something like that. Or maybe that's Cyber that has that. I don't know.
Hey, Joe, remember when you would say cyber? People were thinking you were going home to fuck your computer?
No, but
What?
that's an interesting concept. Let me write that down.
That was a thing for a while. I mean, I didn't do it, but I was like 9. But like, oh, going home to cyber when the internet first started.
Meaning like cyber sex?
Yes, but they'd just go, oh, cyber. And then you would just say that, and everyone would look at you like you were a pervert.
Hmm.
No, I was just talking about the comic book character. Yeah, sure you were, little whacking off kid.
There was even a whole force of cybers.
You know what they were doing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
If you're gonna fuck your computer, get McAfee. Well, Joe, you've been wanting some fucking nudity. You said there wasn't enough in Psycho Sisters,
Mm-mm.
and there wasn't any. I was going to say Oni, and there wasn't Oni. Where the demon is in Omega Doom.
Mm.
However, I guess April 1st, I had some extra money. So I gave Vinegar Syndrome $25 for their April Fool's thing. And it was, oh, we're going to send you this Frisbee that you can stick a DVD disc in and you can throw it around. I don't know. Put a copy of fucking Ghost Dance on it and throw it off the fucking Grand Canyon. So it came in, Joe. They actually sent a Frisbee with a little thing for you to fucking put a disc on there. But they also sent a DVD, but not just any DVD, because this is 2025. They sent a Blu-ray of Good Girls Don't, starring your boy, Mary Wollstonecraft.
Hmm.
But that's not it. It's a double feature of Babe Watch, the forbidden parody. And you're saying, Thomas, you're going to tell me you watch these movies when this is still sealed? And I'm going to say, well, while I am very dumb, I'm not fucking stupid. I went to old Tubi, where people can just upload whatever bullshit they want. And yeah, these movies were up there. So I watched them
With commercial breaks.
with commercial breaks. So let me ask you this there, Joe. Would you believe me if I told you that neither one of these movies were very good?
I think that's a safe bet that you're telling us some truth, Tom.
Yeah. So I watched Babe Watch first.
Of course.
Because, I've been watching little pieces of Baywatch here and there. Because when you turn the sources off, I guess they're called, the Blu-ray player or whatever, it'll just go to Samsung TV. And I guess the channel it just goes to is the Baywatch channel. Yes, all digitally remastered for you to enjoy. So I have a good idea of what Baywatch is, and I was surprised, like, oh, there's actually storylines, and it's just not a bunch of vignettes that people could whack off to in the 90s. They're actually doing something in between that. Okay, well, this isn't a parody of that at all. Sure, they're on a beach, they're going to lifeguard school. But I mean, these couple broads work at a fucking bikini shop and they do their little it's just all an excuse to say, hey, look at these 90s tits. Pretty sweet, right? Yeah. Yeah, they are. Look at these ones too. Still pretty sweet, but you're just hitting me with cornball joke after cornball joking. You should really see penis going in something if this is what you're doing, because it's one of those movies where it's all porno act, like stereotypical porno acting and jokes and shit without any of the fucking and sucking. I understand. This was made at a different time when you can buy this and you wouldn't have to go into the back fucking and sucking room. You could just rent this and not feel so bad about yourself. So you'll have something to pull prick to. I get it, but watching it back now, it's just like, yeah, sweet 90s tits. It's all you got? All right, it's something, but fuck you, man. And then the next one, Good Girls Don't. A stripper and a secretary, they get tangled up in a murder case, so they go out on the run.
Wait a minute, what? Good girls don't do that.
No, they don't.
Huh.
Again, this is just another excuse to say, hey, look, tits. But no, just at the beginning. And I'll give him this. It was pretty funny. She was like, it's a stripper up there. She was like, hey, are you a religious man or some shit? He's like, well, your prayers have just been answered. And then she pops her sweet 90s tits out. But then there really isn't anything else. And it's just a bunch of fucking corny bullshit. This was more of a movie than Babe Watch. However, still very low budget, just corny fucking bullshit. I don't know. No. That's why, it was a mystery title that was sold under the guise of a Frisbee, because they probably wouldn't be able to sell them if they just released the shit by itself. I mean, it's all right. It's a sweet time capsule of titties, I guess. So that's pretty cool. And slingshot bikinis and all. I will say this. I'll give Babe Watch this, Joe, because I'm a reasonable man. I laughed a couple times in the last 20 minutes. But that's the last fucking 20 minutes, dude. If I just gotta still fuck you, man.
Well, Tom, if ever you're turning off that Blu-ray player and Baywatch Nights is on, give that shit a watch.
I remember you saying that, and I do have a mental note to look up like a couple of the best episodes and see what the fuck this shit is actually about. Because there's a fucking season or season or two where they go to Australia. I was like, what in the fuck is this?
Well, they have beaches over there, Tom.
Oh shit, do they?
Ew.
In Australia? Oh, I was thinking Austria. Oh, fuck. So, yeah, if anybody's looking for this shit sealed, setting it on fire. Video coming soon. It was all right. Very, very low rent version of these type of movies.
Tom, I watched a movie from 2025. This movie is called The Luckiest Man in America. Now,
Is this a white guy?
of course. Now, there was a documentary on this same subject that came out 2 years ago. There was a book that came out before that. But even then, you know, it was like a news story that broke, like, I don't know, long time ago. And this movie's about a guy that goes to be a contestant on the game show Press Your Luck. No whammies, no whammies. I don't want to see a whammy's face. Stop. This guy's just a big fucking loser, you know. He looks dumb, he acts dumb, he drives an ice cream truck, you know, drives his ice cream truck there, and I guess things aren't going too well at home for him. He says that's the one thing that they do, you know, is that him and the family, they watch Press Your Luck every morning, you know, before kid has to go to school and he has to go to work, you know, delivering that ice cream. The guy starts kicking ass, Tom. He's just getting everything right. Everything right. You know, never, you know, hits a whammy on the first one, but then doesn't do it again. He's just racking up the money. One of the production guys, like, hey, there's something going on here. This guy's just, it's not right, you know, and they break into his ice cream truck. He's got a bunch of videotapes, and a bunch of videotapes are of the game Press Your Luck. They finally figure out this guy, he's just memorized the pattern of the board. And it's like, well, how many variations of the board do you have? Well, 5. Well, then of course he fucking did it, you dumbass. You know, what's wrong with you? What are we going to do? Let's fucking get him arrested right now. Well, technically he's not cheating, right? He just memorized some shit that we fucked up by not having enough variation. So they don't know what to do. You know, they stop the game for a little while. They try to trip him up a little. Turns out he's doesn't have a family. The family's broken up, Tom. You know, she's left him. She's living with another guy. He hardly ever gets to see his daughter. He just wants his kid to see him on the show, you know, to show that he can do something worthwhile in his life. And after a while, they figure there's no way out of it. Let's just let him keep on winning. You know, he'll be, you know, this is what we do. We fucking make dreams come true with these TV shows, right? With these game shows. People will see, like, yeah, you can win. You can, you know, like this guy. So he does. He wins it all, Tom. And it's just like kind of like a bittersweet moment. Kinda, you know, it shows how shitty the TV people are. Everybody knows that, you know, if you think Hollywood's a great fucking place, it isn't. Sorry to burst your bubble, but you should know better already. And it's weird because, you know, like they're making you in this movie kind of want to cheer on this guy, but then kind of not because because he's kind of fucked up. But it's just it's a good, weird movie. And I guess the thing is that the main guy, I always forget his name, Paul Michael Hauser or John Paul Hauser or some shit. He's a fat dude. He's one of these fat actors.
You want to hear something about that guy, Joe?
Yeah.
He ain't a real Hauser.
Well, that's what I thought. I mean, I looked him up. Hauser, huh? Is he related to old Wings? He's not. I looked him up just to check. No. He's
faking the funk. So
Yeah.
off the bat, fuck that guy. You ain't a mole man either.
He took that name and thought, well, shit, I'm going to name myself after one of the greatest. And it's helped him. I'm sure it's helped his career. That's why they hire him. But no, he's really good in this. He's definitely the reason to watch it. There's some other good performances in it too. But yeah, I mean, it's a solid movie, but like all biopics or based on a true story type shit, it's full of shit. I don't think, if I remember correctly, they didn't figure out that he was cheating or memorize the shit until afterwards. Like they kept on looking at it, trying to figure out, how did he not ever hit the fucking thing? And the guy in real life like lost all that money, because he was still a loser, so he did some like real estate shit and lost all the money in that shit, then got fucking his house burgled and the rest of his money was gone. So yeah, I mean, this is like a feel good kind of story, but yeah, do your research, and it's not. It's a Hollywood type shit, but worth a watch. A good movie.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Well, Joe, I was gonna say, well, I watched and then make something up, but I don't want to draw this out anymore because that is all that I watched.
Well, Tom, I got one more from Spain. La Criatura, or The Creature. There's this pregnant lady here, and there's a little dog there.
Riley, calm down. That was just Joe doing a fake dog voice.
Sorry, Riley. Yeah, I pull all the dogs in the neighborhood. I'm so good with my animal noises. Yeah,
Riley,
yeah,
relax. That's not really a bee.
a fly. But yeah. So this movie is about a well-to-do couple, Tom. The husband, he has a variety show because that's real big in like the fucking Spain and shit like that. People go on there and they do stupid fucking shit like ventriloquism or do little dances, song and dance. So that's his thing. He's also trying to get into politics.
Well, what kind of songs and what kind of dances, Joe?
The wife, Tom, the can.
How's that go?
No, that's a dance.
How does that dance go?
And the song would be the wife, she had money. She doesn't really do shit, she's just like, the marriage is on the rocks because they haven't been able to have a kid. They're just growing apart. She finally gets pregnant, then has a miscarriage. They're even as shitty as they were to each other before. Now they're even worse. They go on a vacation, try to forget about things. There's a dog on the beach, a stray, and comes up to her and is like, "Hey, I'm a dog. How's it going?" She goes, "Oh, okay, dog." And says, the dog's just following her around. So, fuck it, let's take this dog home. They do, and she starts getting closer and closer to the dog, Tom. She's just paying all the attention to the dog. The husband's getting kind of pissed about it all. It's like, "Hey, what about me? I want to get my rocks off here." And she's like, "Hey, fuck off, not in front of the dog." And she's starting to get zoophilic tendencies, Tom, not like bestiality, but, just the thoughts that are bordering on bestiality, I guess.
So what's the difference? Because that documentary Zoo, that was about a guy fucking a horse.
Well, I mean, the difference is, I guess, the bestiality people act on it and the zoophilic people don't, but they kind of got that in mind.
Well, that guy fucked a horse in that documentary. No. Come on. This is like a Howard the Duck situation. The horse fucked him, you see.
Yeah. So I guess people curb that by becoming furries or whatever.
Shout out to Chris, wherever you are.
Yeah, it's some weird shit. And their relationship gets more strained and whatever. He tells his priest about it. The priest says, "Hey, get rid of the fucking dog." So they do. And
I like how you said, "Get rid of the fucking dog."
Yeah, well, he wasn't doing any fucking. He's just laying in the bed and shit, I guess, and she's dancing with the dog in one scene, she's wearing her old wedding dress. Yeah, they get rid of the dog and they think, well, let's try to make this work. And she's like, nah, you know what? Fuck you still. And he goes, no, fuck you. And he rapes her, Tom. He rapes her. And then.
Well, I mean, if they're married, is it really?
Right. And that's what the priest said, it's like she's not doing her duty. So, you're fine. Just don't be violent.
Nothing bigger than your thumb.
Eventually she gets pregnant, and says, you know what? Fuck you. Goes and gets the dog and goes to live with it at some chalet that they have up in the mountains. And that's the movie. The end, Tom. The end. And this is all representative, Tom, of the changes, the tumultuous changes that Spain was going through after the death of Franco, after his Franco regime, where everything was real strict. There was just a resurgence of, freedoms. The sexual revolution came late to España. Bullshit. This is just a not good movie. And you can paint it as, oh, it's metaphor, it's this and that, and I guess people have been doing that since this came out. I tried to watch the special feature Gaspar Noé on, what's this guy's name? Eloy de la Iglesia. And so this other movies that this guy made, they'd say he really focused on young men. He had just a enamored for them, and turns out that the age of consent in Spain during the Franco regime, it was 12. And they said, okay, well, after 79, that's ridiculous. So they made it 13. And I guess in 90 something, they made it 16. So, yeah, it's this guy's one of those guys, like Larry Clark, and the scenes that they were showing of his movies, he focuses the camera quite a bit on shit that's hey, this isn't fucking cool at all. Yeah, I got no interest in watching any of this guy's movies, especially if this is an indication that doesn't have this shit and was still boring. I guess if, this is cool that our friends at Severin got this movie, which probably would have, Criterion would have probably loved to have something like this, but it is definitely a movie for that crowd, for that Criterion crowd that want to, pour a glass of wine and discuss it or whatever. But as entertainment, nah, it's not. I don't know what fucking art is, but it's not this.
Me neither. Sounds like they should have blind sold it with a Frisbee.
Yeah. Going in the box.
You know what? I was about to say, oh, it's probably staying in the box too. No, but it's the boutique Blu-ray. Yeah. Oh, black case, huh? That sticks out. What's this?
Yeah. Oh, what? The most controversial film? I don't know.
Does it say bonkers on the back? Vinegar Syndrome likes using the word bonkers on their quotes.
No, but it does have this on the inside.
Or I mean Severin, my bad. What is that, cum?
Nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of the other, once I figured out what this guy was all about, it's nah, I don't need to know anymore. I don't watch anymore. He did some horror movie called Cannibal Man that people, I guess, like a whole lot. Never seen that. Got no interest now.
Nah, I won't watch it. Except for after Mosquito Man, I guess.
Maybe.
Let me ask you this there, Joe.
Yeah. Spider-Man?
Well, yeah, I was gonna ask if you like shooting webs, but you can just say, "Yeah, Spider-Man."
All right, well, I'll tell you this. Web of Spider-Man had an annual, Tom, and in that one there's a crippled kid that makes a robot that some, flim flam man comes and takes and fights Spider-Man's with. But in Web of Spider-Man's number 10, old Dominic Fortune is back. And him and Spider-Man's team up to fight the old Shocker. Peter Parker number 110 is the third part of the death of Jean DeWolf. And this shit's staying good. Really good. At the end of it, the Sin Eater apparently shoots Betty Brant Leeds. So we'll see. It ended on that cliffhanger. I don't remember much of what happened to her. Does she die? I don't know. I'll find out next week. And then, Tom, in Amazing Spider-Man's number 272, we've got guest pencils by Sal Buscema and inks by Kyle Baker, I think. Yeah. And we're introduced to a new supervillain. What was his name, Tom?
Crumb Catcher.
Crumb Catcher, a.k.a. Slide with a Y.
Oh, some call him Electric.
Yeah, this he his origin starts because he was in the I don't know, frying pan industry and was trying to make a non-stick pan.
Yeah, I don't know if you would say he was so much in the frying pan industry as much as he was in the Teflon business.
Yeah, and what do they use Teflon for? Frying pans.
Some use it for walks.
Well, he coated a fucking costume he made with it so he can rob some banks and start his own Teflon frying pan company. But I don't know, just got to thieving and likes the thieving, Tom. That's it.
I liked it. But hey, I got nothing. I got nothing. The guy stinks.
Oh, and Peter Parker's trying to find out who beat the fuck out of old Aunt May's fuck buddy.
Wheelchair husband. Yeah. Well, he has a gambling problem, you see, Joe. Is that known yet? Yeah, that's known, right? That he's a degenerate gambler.
No, it's not come up yet.
Oh, well, spoiler alert, he's a degenerate gambler. I could have swore that happened when she first met the guy, and that's why he had to move in or something.
No, they did that annual where it was about but that was in Peter Parker, so you wouldn't have read that. I don't know. He had ties to the underground or some shit. Or no, she did. She was dating some gangster.
Gangsta.
And that was a rival to old Uncle Ben and his rice company.
Sons of bitches. Two-timing slut. Yeah. That Aunt May.
She just a good dog by her side.
It's fucking crazy that fucking in the old bullpen, she's known as the anal queen of the Marvel universe.
Not so crazy when you think about it.
Well, I guess because of her age, she had more time.
Right.
Yeah. And then it was Franklin Richards. By one. Can you believe it?
Yep. Had to make that a whole Power Pack special issue.
Joe, let me ask you something.
Sure, Tom.
You like watching movies that are hard to make out?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I don't know what else to follow it up with. We watched Marley's Revenge, the monster movie. Ooh. When I first heard of this, I said, well, that sounds like a fucking weird title. Let me look this movie up. And then I seen this alligator skeleton monster. I said, oh shit, I'm not gonna look anything more up and just add this to the list of movies I'll watch eventually. And I found out why the movie has such a weird title. It's not really a monster movie. It's not really a horror movie. It's a comedy, maybe in the vein of Abbott and Costello. There, Joe.
So you didn't buy this one from Vinegar Syndrome?
I did not.
Okay, yeah, because this seems like some of the shit you would have bought from them.
No, no. Otherwise, I would have held it. Molly's Revenge. But no, yeah, this was just on a list. And I thought, oh, if you're doing monster movies, I guess. So, in this one, a dude enlists the help of his buddy who is there's a character in it called or this fucking guy, he likes this fictitious person called Africa Dan.
Freaking yep.
Let's just say he's the crocodile hunter equivalent, like a survivalist.
Yeah, he's like MacGyver,
Right.
like Indiana Jones. He's all of the above.
So this guy just idolizes this guy. He's a fucking nerdy ass fucking white dude. So his buddy enlists him to do a little human smuggling.
Ripped from today's headlines. So
Joe,
he came out before President Trump, eradicated all of the illegal aliens that were coming into this. So you got to take this, like you got to think back years.
some would say this movie that we're about to talk about more relevant today than the time it was made.
Prophetic, they would say.
So his fucking Haitian aunt, and this guy has like no accent at all whatsoever, is coming over on a boat or a door, whatever they do, and she's bringing along the autistic Geno fellow she's been having sex with in the bush called Marley. So they're gonna go pick him up and welcome him to America, the land of freedom and opportunities. Unfortunately, Joe, the county that they're gonna pick him up in, not so good.
No.
Full of a bunch of good old boys, meaning a lot of harm.
Well, see, the thing is, there's a corrupt sheriff, but they give him some backstory, Tom. His wife and kid were killed by drug smugglers. And they don't take kindly to drug smugglers coming through Hillbilly County.
Yeah, I think it was Cobb County, Georgia, where this takes place. So everybody, not everybody, but all the good old boys and the sheriff, they're all in, oh, we got zero tolerance. We're gonna Nancy Reagan all these motherfucking drug smugglers and just kill them and torture them. We're gonna take them to this island and probably fuck their butts and then bury them. So they mistake these couple of human traffickers for drug smugglers. So they take them to old Buttfuck Island, and it just so happens that the dude's aunt and Molly's door capsized. So they washed up on the island. And Old Molly, I guess the plan all along was to wash ashore on this island and open, Joe, the gates of hell.
Hmm?
And now old what's his nuts and not Africa Dan have to survive. And then you got a bunch of people in twisted makeup and then this fucking styrofoam alligator skeleton they have on a stick romping around. And yeah, I'm sorry I picked this one and had you watch it, Joe.
Tom, would you believe me if I said I kind of like this movie?
I would say, Joe, that figures.
Yeah. Um, the story is a lot tighter than
So tight.
you usually see in movies of this kind of budget. You know, like I said, they gave backstory to a lot of their characters, and you know, the plot, as stupid as it is, it makes sense. Uh, the zombies, Tom. The zombies look just as good, and in most cases better than the zombies in Dawn of the Dead. That styrofoam creature, hey, look at the budget of this movie, man. It looks pretty fucking good, you know? I mean, yeah, they do linger on it a bit too long in some instances, but all right.
It looks cool in flashes, but you look at it a little too long and it's just like, oh man, look at those little nose holes. It shouldn't look like it's smiling at me. It has charm. I'm not going to say it doesn't. This movie has a lot of charm, but it takes a while to get there. And when it gets there, it's just not enough. And just the style of comedy, I this was very Mystery Science Theater 3000 comedy to me. It reminded me a lot of the stuff that I didn't like from the Killer Tomatoes movies. I wasn't expecting it to be this kind of silly I don't want to say slapsticky, but maybe it's just kind of cutesy me TV style
Like farce
quaint humor.
stuff, and you know, and usually I'm not into that, but these dudes played it right, you know, and it's I had some laughs in it, you know, just because these guys are bumbling idiots and they play those roles really well. The racist hillbillies, you know, they're for the most part pretty good. You know, they carry those roles well. I can see how this movie went on to influence other things like Race War, the remake, and you know, films of that ilk. You know, I see a lot of uh, I guess, you know, films like that paid homage to this. Uh, yeah, I dig this, and I fucking hammered and watch it and just like kind of giggle. And you know what? This movie is, I think, influenced the Marvel films with its post-credit scene as well.
Yeah, that's another like the humor just didn't work where they did their little commentary and then oh look I'm guessing they were like local DJs, radio DJs or something.
Possibly.
That was the vibe I was getting out of this shit, but I don't ah I get it. And I can understand why people like it. I'm glad you dug it. I'm kind of surprised, but not really.
So am I, because you know, right when it started, it's like, oh fuck, what's Tom got me into this time? But you know, I started to enjoy it, and then it was like, yeah, of course he doesn't like it.
Yeah, it like everything was what it was supposed to be. It's just the humor really that that's sunk it for me. I just it was too just quaint and cutesy and a really like cheesy Me TV vibe to the thing and whatever.
Would recommend.
Yeah, I mean, if you like monster movies,
But don't go spend your money. It is on YouTube. I would like to see some special features on this, but maybe somebody uploaded those. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, definitely don't spend your money.
or do I don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah, if that's the shit you're into, go for it.
So next week, another monster movie off the list, and we'll do Mosquito Man, not the Mosquito Man, but
Yeah. I'll remember. I have it written down because this one I was like, wait a minute, are we watching Marley and Me? Or what's,
fuck, rest in empowerment, that dog.
Did he say JD's Revenge?
Damn, I watched that like fucking 5 years ago.
Yeah.
The spirit of some guy came back in the other guy for revenge, you see.
Mm-hmm.
But Mosquito Man, that's on Tubi. I would say, hey, head on over to dwnproductions.net, but it's the week after Halloween. You don't give a fuck about that shit. Luckily, I'm working on non-mask related stuff. So the Black Friday sale will be coming up soon. Be nice if it does a little better than last year, but that's okay. All that shit, blah blah, down there, up there. Oh, what's that?
FastCustomShirts.com. Shirts. We got your t-shirts.
Everybody, all one of you. It was great talking at you this week. Joe, who was in here? We can fucking yell their names and then fuck off.
All right, old Eric, Rayleigh, Raleigh, Toxic Drip, thanks again, and Coup de Rebooze. Thank you.
And until next time.
BOYGOB.
Thanks for checking out the show. We hope you dug it, baby. If so, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and let us know down below. Support Tom and Joe by heading over to dwnproductions.net and fastcustomshirts.com. Until next time.